Okay, so I'm excited about him because I am a big fan. When she was telling me about him, and then she sent me all the pictures over, I'm like, I know who he is because I've seen all his movies. But I was just talking to him before the show. It's so funny because when you're a viewer and you're watching Jason or Friday the 13th or Freddy Krueger, you're not thinking about that this is an actual human being behind all this makeup and this mask that what they do. So he's been busy for many years with these films and done them really well and scared the crap out of me. So so I just find it really interesting that how do you feel when you play these characters? Do you feel like, do you become that character? Because if you can't talk, some of them, if you don't speak, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, we do get into character. I mean, Punchy was a very tough one to get around. I was playing Punchy more dumb, and the director was like, "Oh no, Punchy's smart." But Punchy was just created in Killjoy 3, and we shot Killjoy 3 in Guangzhou, China.
Oh, wow.
So we flew to Hong Kong, took a train over to China. So right away, we are totally out of our element. The whole crew, with the exception of one guy, was Chinese.
Oh, wow.
Luckily, many of them did speak fairly good English. Punchy ends up getting in a fight with Killjoy, of course.
Right.
Punchy's not that smart, and Killjoy's, Killjoy.
Killjoy wins.
But I had to go to the prop master who spoke no English. None whatsoever.
Oh boy,
so I walked around his shop picking out pieces, and I would show him how I needed this table to be built. Because in the fight, I pick up a Killjoy and I slam him on the table. Then later he hits me with his supersized mallet. I go flying through the air and I crush the same table. Well, we put in a stunt table. But I had to do this. Now this was when me and the director argued beforehand. It was a 12-foot fall backwards off a ladder with no padding.
Whoa.
I had a gator back on to protect my spine, but that was it. I told him, we can't put padding under the table because when everything pops open, we'll see it.
Right.
And he's like, no, you'll get hurt. And I'm like, let me do my job.
Wow.
I did. Well, I ended up laying there for like 3 hours, but I planned ahead. So I had our girl that took care of all of our food and stuff put bottles of water into the freezer so they were frozen. So I'd lay there with ice all over me as they continued to film around me, which I had to be there anyway. So
right.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
But yeah, no. So Punchy has evolved now, and Killjoy Goes to Hell, the number 4 in the series. Punchy became a kind of like a ringleader. I started getting all the clowns together. Now I did not realize this. There's a hierarchy of clowns. A hobo clown, as Punchy is the lowest form of clown there is. Don't be laughing at me. Can you believe this? I have a lower form, they laugh.
No.
No, but the Harlequin clowns are the hierarchy.
I couldn't say that.
Or one of the highest.
Try it.
Yeah.
We'll just call them the H clowns.
Yeah.
We call them B for beaches.
There you go.
Oops, sorry.
It's okay.
But anyways, in Killjoy 4, I get a revolt going, and I basically smash a Harlequin clown's face with a pie. His head explodes because Punchy's that badass. But no, it was laughing at me again.
Because you went through my head right now was him on the plane in Wedding Singer.
Yeah, no kidding.
Can you do that for us? Oh, come on.
You can't talk to Billy Idol that way.
I love that. I love that.
You know the best part is?
That's a great movie.
I still get checks.
No, I love that movie.
know.
That's one of my favorite
Royalties
movies. I love The Wedding Singer. Is that like do you love
classic?
That? Like I've seen it 122,000 times.
When I first got that script, I read it and I'm like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
And of course I didn't know who was in it.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, such a chick flick. Do I want this? But fairly new.
Everybody loves
that though.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Everybody remembers that part.
I had no idea. And now, I mean, as a pro wrestler, I was the baddest ass around. When that movie came out, I could never do anything wrong again. Believe me, I tried. I mean, I did. Because I love being a bad guy.
Oh.
And,
got a little bad boy in you, huh?
Be careful what you wish for. Look at the blush.
Yeah, it doesn't. Oh, see?
Read these eyes. Ooh.
Uh-oh. I think I'm in menopause. I think I'm having cough backlash.
Well, I'm a man, so you know.
Wait, real quick, like explain the pink.
A pink, hello,
This-
breast cancer,
There
big
you go.
supporter, God's greatest creation. Thank you.
See,
See?
because
What a nice
we
guy.
only know what people are thinking right now, which is okay. But